guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a foundation review on the Smashbox Studio Skin 15 Hour Wear Hydrating Oil-Free Foundation. And this is what the packaging looks like. And I got the shade 1.0. They do have a shade lower, 0.5, but you can't really find that in the store anywhere. I originally ordered 1.1 based on swatches that I saw online, but that turned out to be like really dark. And on the back it says, this hydrating foundation was created in our LA photo studio to look and feel amazing throughout an entire 15-hour shoot. Medium to full buildable coverage, oil free, controls oil all day, sweat, humidity, and exercise resistant, which I'm going to be putting that to the test today because I have a lot of cleaning to do. Color true and transfer resistant, and it has a demi matte finish. It says to use, blend well over skin with brush, sponge, or fingertips starting at the center of the face. And it comes with a sample of the Smashbox Photofinish Foundation Primer, just like a little packet here. And then this is what the bottle looks like. And when I got it home and took it out of the box, the color like freaked me out because this looks about 5 shades too dark for me. But I did actually take a little bit of it and just kind of blend it in here, and it seemed to blend out really well. So I think it'll work. If not, I might have to get the shade down, the 0.5, but based on what I saw online, it looked really pink, so we'll see. I tend to be more on the neutral side, so we'll see. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do half of my face with a primer and the other half without a primer. And then I'm going to use a beauty blender on one side and a foundation brush on the other side. Typically I like a brush to apply my foundation just because I feel like you get the best coverage that way. Everyone tells me that a beauty blender gives the most coverage, but for me it just shears it right out. And lately with all these like hormonal breakouts that I have, I need more coverage. So let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so I just went ahead and pinned my hair back, and I'll go ahead and bring the camera in just a little bit so you can kind of see what we're working with. And like I said, I'm going to do one side with a primer and a beauty blender and the other side with a brush and no primer. So I will actually probably go ahead and use the brush on the side that does have a primer, just because this can kind of kick up flakes if you are flaky. My skin's not really flaky right now, but it is kind of irritated, so I'll use the primer on that side. And I'm actually going to use the sample. And I've actually never used the Smashbox Photofinish Primer, so I'm going to try that out now. And I'm going to put the primer on the right side of my face. So this will be where I use the brush. This feels really nice. Okay, so I zoomed it out a little bit because I felt like it was cutting off some of my face. I think this will be a good distance for us. Anyway, so as I was saying, for me right now when I am buying a foundation or trying new foundation, obviously color match is very important, the undertone of it, and then also coverage for me. Right now I have a lot of hormonal breakouts because I said in one of my previous videos I've been eating horribly, so my face really reacts to that. I am getting better though on the eating, so there we go. But right now I need a lot of coverage. I need to cover up this redness and just cover everything up. You know, give me a mask. I am going to do a little color correcting with my LA Girl Pro Conceal in green, just to kind of cover up some of this redness. We're gonna go ahead and jump in with the foundation, and it does come with a pump, which is really awesome. And first reaction, it looks dark for me, but again, like I said, I tried a little bit of it last night along my chin and it seemed to be okay, so we'll see. Just gonna dot it. color seems to be fine. It doesn't appear to be too dark or anything like that. Coverage seems to be less than stellar. It's really not, like some of the areas in here you can see the redness quite a bit still. And then down here along my chin, which I did color correct, but it didn't seem to work very well. It feels kind of heavy, to be honest. Like I feel like I'm wearing foundation, but that could be because of the brush, so we'll see once it blends out quite nicely. Okay, so it's been a couple of minutes and it still honestly feels a little tacky, but I'm gonna try to go in and do another layer and see if I can get it more full coverage, because right now I feel like it's just kind of light to medium. But now I think we're more on the medium side. And now I'm gonna go in on the left side of my face with my Beauty Blender and no primer. So I have to say, I'm not really a Beauty Blender fan. I do prefer brushes usually, but this is applying a lot nicer with the Beauty Blender. Like it's honestly like much quicker, which is weird. Normally the brush is a lot faster for me, but this is blending out a lot nicer with the Beauty Blender. But I'm going to try to just build this up a little more on the full coverage side, just because I do have so much redness. I mean, color corrector can only do so much for you. And again, it is blending out a lot better with the Beauty Blender than it was with the brush, which just totally shocks me. Initial thoughts, I think the Beauty Blender worked a lot better, which is weird to me. I don't know that it made a difference putting a primer on versus not putting a primer on. Actually this side, it applied a lot more difficult. It could have been the brush that I used. Could have been maybe my skin didn't like the primer. I'm not sure, but all in all, it applied a lot easier with the Beauty Blender. So I would definitely recommend that. Other initial thoughts are that I feel like I have a ton of foundation on my face and it is not drying. If I were to take like a white paper towel, you would probably see a ton of foundation on it. It doesn't feel like it's drying down. It is supposed to be a demi-matte finish, which is kind of more of a dewier matte finish. But it does say that it's water and sweat resistant, but I don't know how, considering that it feels sticky on my face. It didn't cover these areas up very well at all, which is really disappointing. I still feel like I have a lot of redness showing. There's a lot of foundation on my face, but I feel like it's not giving me a lot of coverage and it's very heavy. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face and then I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and finished the rest of my face. I did my eyes, my lips, my cheeks, everything. And I actually did record this eye looks. You'll see that in another tutorial. But I've had the foundation on now for about an hour and a half. I did some other things and finished the rest of my face and whatever. So it's been on for about an hour and a half now. So I'm going to do a little bit of a up close look and see what I think. So far so good. It doesn't appear to be getting oily or anything like that, and it does feel like it actually did dry, but I did set it with powder, so that's probably what it is. It doesn't actually feel as heavy as it did initially, which is funny because I have a lot more makeup on now: contour, bronzer, blush, highlighter, you know, concealer, the whole thing. But it does look like it oxidized quite a bit, especially on my neck. It looks really, really, really dark down there. Actually, it looks a lot darker on my neck than it does on my face, which is very odd. But it does look like it oxidized just a little bit. But other than that, I like it. I don't think it's my favorite foundation in the whole wide world. So I'll check back in a little bit and see how it's doing. Hey guys, so I'm just checking in here. It's been about 2 hours since my last check-in. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look and see how the foundation's looking. Right now I've had it on for probably about a total of 4 hours, I'd say. It's actually looking pretty good. I am a little greasy up here, which is kind of normal for me. I do get oily in my T-zone. But my bronzer, blush, highlighter, they all seem to be going pretty strong, so that's good. It doesn't seem to be breaking up around my nose, which is normally where my foundation goes first. Normally it starts to break up right around here, then my chin, then my forehead, and then just everywhere else. So it seems to be doing pretty good. I will go ahead and sign off for now, and then I'll check in a couple more hours and let you guys know how it's doing. Hey guys, so this is my last check-in of the day with the Smashbox Duo Skin Foundation. I'm going to go ahead and take an up-close look and see how it did. So I still don't really see, I guess it has kind of rubbed away a little bit here on my nose. And I am a little greasy here, but not too bad. Other than it oxidizing, it doesn't look too bad. It has kind of worn away around here, but I did eat. I laid down a little bit. I'm not really a huge fan of the coverage, I have to be honest. I feel like this is more of a light to medium coverage foundation. Maybe if you have like flawless skin, you could get away with doing a light layer of this. And I've had it on for about 7 hours now. I don't think it looks too terrible. I think it probably does have a couple more hours in it before I need to like touch up. But again, for me it's not really a win because of the amount of coverage that it lacks, and it did oxidize quite a bit on me. Again, the color seemed okay when I first put it on, but just looking at it in the bottle it seems so dark, and it did oxidize. So for me, I'd probably pass on this foundation. I think I have better foundations, some that are a lot more full coverage and don't feel quite as heavy. If you have pretty decent skin and you're looking for something that's kind of sheer to medium coverage, I think that this would be a good option if you can find your shade. The shades do tend to run quite dark. It is hard to find your shade, but that's good. If you have a darker skin tone, this might be an excellent option for you. Nothing wrong with that. Most of the time foundations tend to be on the lighter side, so if you do have tan or dark skin, this might be a great option for you. Maybe if my skin was looking better, it would be, you know, a better option for me. It did hold my bronzer, blush, and highlighter on quite well, so that's a plus for sure. But other than that, like I said, I think I would pass on this foundation. I have quite a few other foundations that I think provide a better coverage and are a little bit nicer to blend than this would and don't feel as heavy. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have other foundations that you'd like for me to review, just let me know in the comments down below. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye!